See me all right?
Yes, we are live. Hey, everybody, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to a live edition of Mafia Roundtable. Tonight, we're having a sit down. I have our guest and a friend of mine, former powerful Genovese Capo, Anthony Arillotta. Anthony, thank you for coming on the last minute. It's
My
greatly
pleasure, Dom.
appreciated. And we're going to show them how we battle in the Mafia.
Sure.
No, but thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.
With everything, you've always been a gentleman. Every time we communicated, and this is our first real live interaction with each other.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait to get this started. Everybody, all the viewers, thank you for coming on. Cynthia, Francisco. Hopefully, we'll see German pretty soon. Those are my gatekeepers I have on. They're my capos. They watch everything. They safeguard me.
We need a lot of them, right?
Yes, oh, definitely we do. And people hit that like button. What I do sometimes, because the viewers, they're scared. They think like if they hit the button, they're going to get electrocuted for the likes. So I'll threaten them. I'll actually extort them in our way. I'll tell them, you know what? That's it. I'm done telling the story till I get these likes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like that, they just pop up.
Yeah, I see it. You get a lot, though. You get a lot of likes.
Yeah. Well, you know,
We're
I
good to
try to engage in a friendly manner with the audience.
Yeah.
Because they do become family. They do become intertwined with you. But there are some bets. I have a guy, I don't know if you ever seen, he posts up, and I'm looking for it now, for the odds he had. He throws up odds on, is Joey Merlino going to show up? Is Dom going to be wearing a hat? We have All-Star. He throws up Vegas odds. He says, Dom no hat, 1-on-1. Dom dressed in all black, 8-1. They got me wrong. They got you in all black.
Yeah.
But I have fun with them. Man.
Yeah. You got a good show.
You want to tell the audience a little about yourself, your position and everything?
Yeah, I'm sure your audience knows,
right,
from past podcasts. But I'm from Massachusetts, Western Mass, Springfield. I was with the Genovese crime family. Western Mass has a faction of the Genovese crime family in Springfield, throughout Connecticut and Central Mass, Worcester, and they've been there since the early 1900s. The boss, our local, we call him a boss, because officially he's the boss of that area outside there. Just like the Genovese family has a faction in Jersey, they got a faction in Florida, they got a faction in Western Mass, Connecticut.
Right.
Yeah, and we have some notorious organized crime figures come out of here. That's where I'm from. I was born and raised in Springfield. I eventually got involved with the Mafia and rose to be the boss of the Springfield faction of the Genovese, for the Genovese crime family.
Okay.
I got made in New York City and in 2003. And then that was my official position outside of New York. I was, Springfield faction boss for them.
Okay. And Anthony, if you don't mind me asking, at your induction ceremony, who inducted you? Who was?
Artie Niagara was the boss with Pat DeLuca. And that's a long story. We can get into another time how Artie got that position.
I know Artie very well.
Yeah, I heard you mention Ernie Masrella put him there.
Right.
And Ernie was going to jail. They were using a panel then. Mario Gigante and Larry, they didn't want him in that spot. He was just a soldier at that time as well.
Right. Well, he was an acting captain, I think, for Scrap.
No. It was Ernie was on the panel. And Pat DeLuca was going to be, Scott was going to be put in that position.
Okay.
But he wasn't. Pat was just the captain.
Gotcha.
And everybody thought that Pat was going to get the position. Even Pat thought he was going to get it. Pat didn't even know that Artie got that position. I'm sick, by the way, too. So if you hear me with my voice and everything, I'm battling some bug or whatever. But so Pat thought he was going to get that position. When Artie officially got it, I knew he got it because I was at that time getting closer to Artie. So I was aware, but nobody else knew that. In fact, Artie wanted to be the one to tell Pat to his face that, he got that position because he didn't want out of respect, because they were close. Artie and Pat were close.
Right.
And that's how Artie ended up getting that spot, because Artie wanted him there. And then they told them after, they said, you're not acting, you're actually official, because they got mad that Ernie wanted them there. And they said, they actually said, go back and give them the message. You're not acting. If he wants you there, then you're here. You're staying here.
Okay.
That's what they told him. But Artie never took it as that.
Right. Well, you know my history. That's where I started out with the Genovese. I was, Ernie was a father to me growing up. I mean, I could do no wrong. When I tell you things, and I don't talk about him out of the respect I do have for him, so I didn't really go into stories with him or say anything.
He was the real deal. He was a real, true mafia.
Yeah. And just like with Quiet Dom, I said I wouldn't talk about them till they're both gone, till they're deceased. And then, but
Ernie's alive though, right?
Yeah, he's alive. So I'm not. I really don't go into details, and I know a ton of stuff. Like I said, he groomed me. I was with him. So, but great guy, real deal. And I just I'll shelf it for another day.
Until he dies. Yeah.
Exactly. But let me ask you something, because there was a lot of talk with our best friend Joey Merlino out there. And like I told the people today, I went on earlier at 3 p.m. I did a show to lead up to this one. And I told everybody, I said, it's not going to be a Joey Merlino bashing. I'm not going to put him down. He's who he is.
No, leave that for me. I'll do the bashing.
But let me ask you something. If we were still in the life, okay, and we're talking about him, what do you like? What's today's mafia even thinking that he's going on social media?
So, and I know that once he jumped on social media, he was officially done. And anybody that doesn't know that, these guys that come on that were part of the mafia, or that say times have changed and they might accept that, they're not accepting that. And as soon as he jumped on social media, his career in the mafia, he was a bum anyways on the street. He couldn't lead a crew to begin with. And as soon as that's why he jumped on the social media. He figures he can make, he's a scammer, make some money doing things like that, make some money. But as soon as he jumped on, he's officially done. And I think why it didn't come out so quick, I think what was reported in that article was old news. I think all that stuff was true in that article, but I think it was from months ago, because he's been on for over a year. As soon as he jumped on, they probably said don't have nothing to do with the Philadelphia crew, whatever. And so I believe that was old news that's getting reported now. I believe that happened months ago. That with the sources and I know there is a source with the Genovese crime family that gives information to the media. That I'm not saying he's an informant, but you give it to the media might have law enforcement that they give it to, and this and that. And I know for a fact they got someone. And I don't know if he's actually got his button, but I know he's a source. And a lot of those guys like to do that. Call up the reporters, tell them things that are going on, anonymously. Some of them aren't. Some of them are sources. Maybe they get paid. Some of these guys can't make 2 cents on the street. And maybe these guys are sources. They get paid for giving information. But 100%, he was shelved. We've been saying that for forever. I think you said it right away, too, when you were coming out, that there's no way in the world he's part of the mafia anymore at all. They won't have nothing to do with him at all. Me and you got a better shot of sitting down with Lorenzo and Barney than he does.
Exactly. Anthony, I was one of the first ones to come out with it when I saw him. And what I told him was basically, and I keep it real. My perspective, my thoughts, I'll keep it 100. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. I'm human. But I stated that what he's doing in Cosa Nostra is considered a rat move. A rat move. Not being a rat, but it's a rat move.
Yeah.
And then I went on to say in the story, I'm like, Joey, I just give you some advice. You're saying you're going to talk about the government. You're going to show they're corrupt. You're going to talk about informants. You're going to expose this. You're going to expose that. Be careful, because you can't win up against the government. You say one thing wrong, and people forget. It doesn't matter statutes of limitations. In Cosa Nostra, there basically are no statute of limitations. They RICO you and go back.
Right.
So all that, he says one word wrong, they're going to get him. So I said, be careful.
Right.
And with that,
but you can't be nice to him, though.
No,
you were trying to look out. You
one.
Can't be nice to that guy.
Weeks later, I find out he contacted my cousin trying to get dirt on me about an incident that never happened. I'm like, I went back and I said, now that's a rat move. Because just say if I didn't tell the government X, Y, and Z. Now you come out, you're investigating, you X, Y, and Z. You might be getting innocent people. Not innocent, but other people in trouble, jammed up.
Yeah.
So to me, that was a rat move. But all in all, at the end of the day, I agree with you. He's definitely shelved. Now they say you cannot. I heard comments say, how can New York shelf a boss in Philly? My opinion is they could do it very easily. They tell their crews, do not acknowledge him. He comes around, you don't acknowledge him, he has no right to speak.
First of all, who put Ralph Natale as boss? When first it was Nicky Scarpo, he went away. Stanford went over there. They had a little shootout, little war. Joey's guys all got shot, whatever. Stanford gets indicted, right?
Right.
But who? Joey didn't appoint.
No, I think it was
Ralph
your family,
Natale,
right?
Yeah, the New York guys put Ralph Natale there. So if they can put a boss, they can remove a boss. And let me just tell you this: Joey can't lead a crew. The guy Borghese, very capable guy. There's a few other guys in the Philadelphia crew that are very capable, not Joey. Joey's a guy that'll beat you, rob you, steal your money, not pay you back on a loan. But these other guys know how to put together deals. If you can't make money, he comes from Philadelphia, in a big city with dozens of soldiers, networking with the New York guys. New York is close by.
Right.
You're networking, with all that. Just think about all the when we were made and we were in that life, all the opportunities, especially being a high level guy, a captain or a boss, that you get, and he can't put nothing together because he's a bum. Now the guy Borghese can, and from what I understand is, in the article it said, so I didn't read the article, but I heard it, people talking about it, that it said something about they were going to do something with the construction and the carting business and things like that. Right. Now, with the New York families, now Georgie and them would know how to put together something like that and make it, because it was going to be in Philadelphia, so they could make some lucrative business deal. But they're not going to do it with a guy. They're going to tell him, we're gonna recognize you. Let's just say it's Borghese. You got to shelve Merlino, and then we'll do business with you. And that's exactly how they can do that. And when it comes to making money and everything, they could say the childhood friend. Yeah, we all had childhood friends. All my childhood friends wanted to kill each other. I killed a few. I plotted to kill a few. They plotted to kill me. That childhood shit goes out the window.
No, you're 1,000% correct. And at the end of the day, in the Mafia, it became all about money. That's where the loyalty is to the greenback.
Right.
And
we've been saying it all along that he's been shelved. And now Jerry Capici comes out, and this guy's a reputable guy that's been around forever. So he's got sources. Right. Now what? You're going to say now Jerry Capici's a liar. And, we've been saying it all along that this guy's a shelf bum. They don't, and not only that, he went a step further and said they don't even recognize him. Like, he's shelved, just like we're not recognizing him in that life. He's just like us. He's even worse. He's worse. He's the first boss. And I don't even call him a boss. I know you guys all call him a boss. I don't even recognize him as a boss, but he's the first guy to go down and being shelved since they said 66 when Giancana got shelved. Right. What a disgrace he is.
Yeah, no, it is a disgrace to what Cosa Nostra became. Listen, I even did stories with, I know, even in New York City, Angelo Prisco is with you guys.
Yeah.
Powerful Capo.
Yeah.
John Lito gave him life in jail.
Johnny
and
Ball,
John Lito's back in the city, though.
And doing business with guys.
Thank you.
From what I hear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I mean, here's a guy who's a powerful captain, and yet you should be I don't want to see anybody get hurt. That's first and foremost, because we changed our ways. But they don't even chase him. They keep him there because he's giving them money.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's not, recognized as a mafia guy like that
But
anymore. But
still,
of course, yeah. You listen. You bring something to the table. 90%, 99% of them will take it. You bring a lucrative deal to the table.
yeah,
The money isn't on the streets anymore like it was when we were
no,
there. Everything is. So a lot of it, the majority of their money today is in legitimate business deals, construction, the garbage, real estate deals, things like that. And those are all real estate. So you're really not doing anything wrong if you put up a front man in a legitimate business and you're
right,
behind the scenes. You could even have your wife on the thing and putting the money in her name. You ain't doing nothing wrong.
right.
And so that's where the money is today. But a guy like Molino could never put something like that together.
No, no, no. You know why? Because he's just, and it's sad to say. Listen, he seems very. I've never met him, even in the prison system, and I have
Yeah.
20 years down. He seems very charismatic, witty, fun. Like a guy. If you're in jail, you'll have a
I think he
blast.
sounds like a moron. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
but
be
you
honest,
listen. I look at it.
like he might, right now because he's got a lot of fan people that he could say something. "Oh, it's balls, red, blah." That's kind of. But as far as being educated or anything like that, I think he's a moron.
No, I agree. In that sense, he's a buffoon. The way he speaks all the time, every dropping f bombs, every other word.
Yeah,
But
talks
he
like an
does have
idiot.
I feel he does have a charisma about himself. And listen, and I hate to say this, 50%, maybe more, of the guys in the life, they're not smart guys.
Yeah,
They're really not that sharp. They're
you do
putting
have.
in a look at Michael. I call him the washwoman Mancuso. How the hell are you going to prohibit a guy who's was a captain in our family not to go to his father-in-law's wake
Yeah, that's.
and then create a boudel at the wake in front
Yeah,
of wives, mothers, grandmothers? Like, are you kidding me?
yeah.
So they just show
No,
they don't know the life.
the smart guys that are making the money, you won't hear a peep out of them. You don't hear a boo. You know why? Because they don't want anything to do with, social media. They don't want people saying their names. Like, back in the day, you could never say the Chin's name. Even
Right.
Messino, you had to touch the ear.
Here or here.
Yeah. I mean, if it was back in the day and they were on uh, social media, if we were on social media, just so you know, like you asked that question earlier, if we ever got on social media back in the 90s, early 2000s, they would have clipped us in 2 seconds.
I was just going to, Vinny would cook me out like that, without a
Yeah,
doubt.
I don't even think they might have gave us a warning and said, hey, get the fuck off that. And that was it. If you didn't get off, we would have got a couple in the head.
Yeah, no, quick. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. And the life can be a strong, powerful life just by what you started saying. It's like an octopus. We had tentacles all over the place. Hey, if I'm opening up a restaurant, Anthony, you have somebody who can help me out? I'm opening up a restaurant. You're like, Dom, yeah, I have this guy, this guy, this guy. What type of restaurant? Where?
If you couldn't make money back then we had the and with Costco, there was like 250 Costco's. All you had to do was get a product and be the broker. A guy that has a product. Now we got Costco. Now we're in the 250 stores. I mean, just stupid. Like if you couldn't make any money with that networking and how it was back then, then you really had to be something wrong with you. You didn't have any brain.
It's funny that you said it. There was a lot of the guys, they couldn't. They were fighting for the scraps on the street. I
Yeah.
mean, when I came home in, when was it, 99, within 5 years, I actually, when I got locked up, net-wise, I was worth anywhere between $8 and $10 million, which my brothers took everything from me. But
Mhm.
I accumulated that within a 5-year period. Like, and the same guys are out there for the past 20 years. They didn't get arrested. They're fighting over the nickels in the street. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
guys, you realize the accent? Like, they're just buffoons.
especially today. Forget it. The money and it. But one thing I will say. You're from New York. You had 5 families there, all battling. Large families. So you guys are all fighting over that same nickel.
Right.
Every 10 steps, there's a beef. Oh, he's with me. He's with me. I'm with him. So with that being said, you had a lot of competition. I can't say the same for our area. I mean, it was a huge area with less families involved, and so it made it easier for our faction to go out and make lots of money because we weren't in them constant beats. Oh, this guy's with me, or that guy's with me, and he's with us, and and things like that.
And Anthony, while I have you engaged, while the audience is engaged, I'd rather do it now than at the end. Could you tell us what you have going on with your book and everything? And people, I'm going to put up a link tomorrow in my description when I do my show with Anthony's book. So please go on, check it out. And also the wine you're doing.
Yeah, so the wine, the book is called South End Syndicate, and it's available everywhere, Barnes & Noble. We must have did about 40, 50 book signings, and
Nice.
I send people signed copies if they contact me directly on Instagram, Facebook. I'll send them a signed copy. And it's just I wanted to have the book come out to explain, because a guys like you're in New York, you probably you hear of Boston, and you hear of all your stuff in New York going on,
Right.
maybe some Philly stuff, Chicago, but you never hear some of the stuff that happens in Connecticut and Massachusetts,
Right,
Western
you're right.
Mass and Central. You really don't. And Dom, let me just tell you something. If you ever came up here back in the day, I had New York guys come up here. They wanted to move here. That's how much they loved it up here. And
No, I heard
some,
it was nice. I know Ralphie
Oh, yeah.
Balsamo used to go up there, if I'm correct.
Ralphie got made the same day I did.
Okay.
He was one of the guys that got made that day, and in 2003.
Okay.
So but yeah, so that's the reason why I wanted to get the book out there, to let because I believe that me and my crew put our Springfield faction on the map, and I don't think that should have happened, because I think that they should have been recognized throughout the history, early 1900s. There was gangland shootings here, all kinds of notorious guys, Roy Tropiano. Sam Kafari was a boss of the Springfield faction from the 30s to 1984, never spent a day in prison, died on the street in bed like Carlo Gambino. And a notorious ruthless boss, multiple murders, multiple dozens of, murders throughout those years and everything. So I wanted to, in that, like, not that we're glorifying it, but to put it out there so people could see,
well, to educate the Mafia enthusiasts. Like, I'm intrigued just hearing it for the first time. I didn't even know it.
Right. So that was the intention with the book. It's called South End Syndicate. South End is because it's the Springfield, the South End section was the Italian section.
Okay.
And that's where we all hung out. That there was 3 social clubs, and it was so many, like the New York bosses used to come up here. They couldn't believe how many Italian immigrants that we had in Springfield.
Yeah.
Like they were just all flooding into this area. And so that's the reason for writing the book. And this month we're launching Pazzo wine, Pazzo, Pazzo. You know what Pazzo means?
Pazzo, right?
Yeah. And so that's coming out. Pre-orders are out now. I'll give you the link so you can set that up.
Okay.
With your audience. But
yeah.
And we're gonna have the link is on my Instagram, I believe, but also Pazzo Wine. If you go to Pazzo Wine on Instagram, the link is there for the wine pre-order sales, and it's actually going to be able to be delivered this month, March.
Nice. Who are you using for a distributor?
So right now we're using, we're setting up, we got multiple distributors throughout that want to do business right now.
Oh, okay.
So we haven't, what we're doing now is like internet selling.
Right, right. Yeah, the online. Yeah.
The online, part before we get, because, and you're in the liquor business, and I don't know if it works the same in back. I'm sure it does, but once you start using distributors, your profit margin, you have to do tons of volume.
Yes.
To make money, so it almost defeats the purpose of getting, because you have to instead of selling, a few pallets a week, say a pallet a week, you make a good profit.
Right,
but if you're distributing it, now you got to start selling, 20 pallets a week.
Right, because it's just the handling fees, the storage fees.
And they eat up, and they got to sell it to their people, and then they got to make a profit. And then, you go to the restaurants, and they 3 times what the wine is what they pay for it.
Right.
Yeah. So, so that'll be out this month.
Okay.
This month, March.
Anything I could do to help, I'm here for you, brother, with that.
Yeah, same here. Same thing.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, send me your links with your stuff, too.
I will. Thank you. So, also, now back into just going back and forth. How do you feel about the guys being inducted in today's Cosa Nostra? Do you feel there's still equality there, or they lost the substance?
If it's a real if it's a guy like what we had to be back in the day, where you had to be capable of murder,
Right.
I don't think you're going to get those guys unless they're stupid, because why would somebody want to give their life up for Cosa Nostra when there's nothing there that you can offer these guys, like it was when we were there.
Right.
When we were there was so many lucrative businesses, street illegal stuff, and then legitimate stuff. You could put a guy in a multi-million-dollar business, induct them, and then boom, get them. And plus, there was a lot of things there. There's nothing to offer these guys today. So if a guy is crazy enough to want to get made, then I would say most of these guys are going to be doing it just for the networking aspect of it in the legitimate fields. So for instance, like it's like a secret club. If I know you, it's just like us. We're networking, me and you. We network today. Only them, they have like a secret society, a brotherhood, where they can network amongst themselves and give the deals to their own people who are in the family.
Right.
And keep it like that. And
right.
and I would say that 95% of the deals are going to be legitimate. So that would be the only thing. They aren't going to make the guy kill anybody to get in, so they're going to avoid anything like that.
Yeah, that's far few in between.
Anybody that's going in. Yeah, if it was like back then with the same rules that applied back then today, I would think you got to be nuts to want to get made today.
Right. Yeah. But the only thing is, you know what? Before we got locked up, Vinny was a stickler. And he said, and he would tell guys, we have to start thinking legit. We have the power if we unify everybody, because there's really nothing left in the streets. If we utilize everybody's resources, it's just like it's a bigger organization. It could be even more powerful. And just you got too many knuckleheads. And what I saw is people were worried about putting in the quantity, meaning, all right, I got my 5 guys for this year. Let me just throw in guys. No, why don't you wait till the guys come out of jail who deserve it? Quality guys. And they just didn't have that mentality to look at the Cosa Nostra's future. They wanted it now. They wanted numbers. And his favorite rule was, I'd rather have 10 guys like Dominic, like Bruno, like Ace, and have 100 guys like, and I hate to say, it's like a Ralphie Balsamo, who's just, or a hippie, who's another one.
Have 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so you're 100% right. In 2008, when I came home from prison, that's what I wanted to. That was my goal, was to go after all the legitimate. If we stuck with that, the Mafia would have got so. If they put these rules in today, that they back in the 90s, the Mafia would have been bigger than. They would have been like these big companies, $100 million.
It's funny that you say it. Listen, just Cosa Nostra doesn't mean illegal. It's the acts that people do that makes it illegal. So it is a corporation. When you think about it, look at the Sally Avelinos of the world. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
The guy's worth $1 billion. I think, which is the other one with the Colombo, La Sosa, who has the car dealerships.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Another quazillionaire. Even in your family, you have a ton of guys with big money.
All those top guys got big money. And, it's so easy. This is how easy it is because, in the garbage business, right? You go up to the restaurants. Can we put our dumpsters in? They're going to say yes, 99.9%. You're going to have every single restaurant in this Western Mass, Central Mass, going into Connecticut. You're going to have every restaurant putting your dumpster there. Then you're going to get trucks to go, if you're not going to work a deal out with a waste company, you're going to make your own waste company. You buy a few trucks, you start off small. You're going to start picking up the trash now. Then you're going to start doing business with transfer stations and the dumping, the landfills where you dump the trash. And then that's just one business. You got the fish business, the fish industry. How about the strip club industry? Back then, I mean, we had 5 strip clubs in Springfield alone. Just in Springfield, we had 5, and going into Connecticut, and they're all owned by us. Now you go into Connecticut, they're owned by us. 90% of them, 95% of them are owned by, organized crime.
Right.
And so if you keep them, the one strip club that we had here could have fed a whole crew of guys
Right.
and their families. That's how much money it made, and that's just one. So if you concentrate on the legitimate businesses, which like restaurants, the nightclubs, you put front guys up. Yeah, this is our club. Managers, you get managers. Run the club. And things like that. You forget about it. They would have owned everything, and it would have never been able to get taken away from us. Like they come in and take your assets and hit you with RICO. We're not killing nobody. We're doing legitimate businesses. We're putting up real companies. Investigate them all you want. We're paying taxes. So investigate all you want.
Listen, even the valet business, that's another lucrative business, which it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You can name 100 of them. I was getting involved in the exterminating business.
Right.
Think about it. Every restaurant and every business, your bar, if you own a bar or restaurant, you need an exterminator.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. How many contracts, how many counts you going to get for the exterminating business? How about the alarm business? We were involved in the alarm business. Every huge business. Because those are to bring you the residual income. You're not only putting in the alarm, and now the monitoring fee. Now you got 6,000 accounts paying you $30 a month.
Right. It's just constantly coming. Yep, it's evolving. It's ridiculous. Listen, even the credit card terminals that you get a percentage on every swipe.
We had them going to the restaurants. Hey, can you use our thing?
Our system, right?
Yeah. And then we get. I think it was. I don't know if it was 0.5% or something like that.
Whatever it is, it adds up real quick. Especially you have 200-300 accounts.
How about the ATMs?
Yeah,
you put the ATMs. We had all the ATMs out here. One ATM that we had in one of the strip clubs was doing $7,000 to $10,000 a week.
Wow.
Then you have all the now you're getting a little bit illegal, but you got the Joker poker machines.
Right.
There's those machines. Yeah, but just slap on the wrist if you get caught for that.
Exactly. Those Joker poker machines I know in the Bronx area. Oh my Lord. Vinny had a route. You're talking maybe $200,000-$300,000 a month on. I mean, just ridiculous. Some locations, $20,000-$30,000 a week.
The guys here. So I was telling you about our crew and everything here. So the bosses here in Springfield, they had the vending business. They were doing $200,000 to $300,000 a week since the 70s. One company was the Cicale faction when he became boss. They were doing, and don't forget, the owners get half and everything, but they were making on their end $150,000, $200,000 a week since the 70s. The guy, when he got arrested, they pinched that crew in 2000. And he was so worried because they thought they raided his house when they went into his house. And the reason I know this because they paid one of the guys that was around them, helping them. He had boxes full of money that they were getting out of there, transferring it because he thought that they were going to buy over 10 million, and that was in one guy's house. That was in the boss Baba's house. Not to mention now you got his son-in-law that was the company was running the company and doing everything, and you got the other brother Skyball, and you got the other son-in-law. So just in his house, he was worried sick that they went in there, and it was well over 10 million. Somebody told me, they wanted to tell me it was like in the, over 30, 40 million. And the reason I believe it was because just they had a chest, like a chest you can put blankets in and everything.
Right.
Just in that chest alone, there was 3 million just for the wife to go around and spend.
No, it's crazy. Listen,
for shop around money.
I know there's so much money. There was a guy, he got killed. So this is why I'm going to talk about it. Sally Daz in our neighborhood. He was with Vinny. He had so much money. When he was building, he built a monstrosity on Locust Point, which is in between the Trog's Neck Whitestone Bridge. It's on the Long Island Sound. He went to go get the cash out. And I know this because, it decayed. He had about maybe $700,000 that was falling apart. I would take the money and I would help him, to get rid of it. 20,000, 30,000 at a clip. I'd put it in the drawer. My daughter's mother would come home. She's like, "Oh my God, you have that dirty dead money?" Because she opened up the drawer, she saw the money, and the smell. But I mean, the money he made off of vending is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean,
And he was legitimate with the vending. He only serviced Vinny's machine.
Yeah.
Just his vending. He had the pool tables, the pinball machines, the jukebox.
I took it from him. I took the vending business over from him in 2000. So you're right. It's not only, but the Joker pokers are where all the money is. But,
right.
But then you're right. Throw in all them other things. You know, you put the quarters in for the peanuts, and you put this. Back then, there was cigarette machines.
Exactly.
There was cigarette machines. There was pool table, you know, with the machines. There was those little arcade machines and everything too.
Yeah,
so.
You had the bowling thing with the pins. I mean, there was so many different things. The jukebox was huge.
Yeah, and
every bar they're playing the jukebox all night.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The jukebox was huge. And then what about the numbers business?
Yeah,
I mean, the numbers business was huge, and that's another thing. I mean, you could wave a flag and tell the FBI I'm doing the numbers. They catch you. It's a slap on the wrist offense. You know, all right, yeah. So I'm booking some numbers. You know, but how many multi-million-dollar business that was?
Oh yeah, but you know what? The government got slick with everything. They legalized everything on us. Yeah, they took our numbers. They made it legal back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, you know, not just with that. Look at the garbage business. What they did there.
Waste management came in. They were all guys from Wall Street.
And BFI.
Yeah.
BFI. Yep. And they're all, you know, Texas gangsters, cowboys. You know, out there. They came in. Government kickbacks they give them. So when they were doing the trash back then, let's just say the World Trade Center was paying like 1.2 million to the carting waste company that it was mob controlled, right? So they were charging them 1.2 million a month to get rid of their trash. They get kicked out. BFI comes in, they charge them, I think it was 200,000 a month. Now fast forward a year or maybe 2 years later, the BFI they were charging them more than the Mafia was.
Exactly.
Afterwards.
Exactly. You know what? You're 1,000% correct.
Yeah.
My family, the whole Cicale fam, the clan, and Rongo were in waste management. But what they did, they came in, they told on all the Italians, we were shaking them down, we were overcharging. They came in with the lower prices. A year later, I mean, even down here in Florida, listen to this one. I went there's where is it? In Kissimmee. I bought a house to flip. So I have my container guy in Orlando. Charges me, I think, $280 for a 30-yarder, which is, you can't find that pricing. I give him a lot of business. So I go to get the container. He's like, Dom, I can't bring it to Kissimmee. I said, what do you mean you can't bring it to? The only one licensed there is Waste Management. Yeah. They charge $980 for the container. I'm like, if that's not extortion, they became the Mafia.
And what they do is just like how the world is, where you see like, you know, Walmart came out, Home Depot came out, all these big, you know, super grocery stores came out. That's what they did with the garbage. Waste Management bought up, they buy up, you know, like you might be in the garbage business and have like 200 accounts. They come in and they give you, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 million, how many millions are there? But now they get everybody and they buy up their businesses and then they control it all.
Yeah, no, they do. And then they elevate the prices to
absolutely
an exorbitant amount it exceeded anything we ever did. Yeah. But they get away with taking care of the lobbyists, they're taking care of
politicians. Absolutely.
You know, but you have to conform. You have to learn how to play the game if you want to survive.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just amazing. It's amazing. But Anthony, I know you're not feeling well. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciated this.
Yeah, we got to do it again.
No, definitely. When you're going to be starting your show up, right?
Yeah. So now I'm going to be starting back. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. It's called Money, Mayhem, and the Mafia. I don't know if I'm going to keep the same name, but you know, just like you come on, and I'm sure a big reason that you came on. You're not doing it, for the money on the show. You got business. You're promoting your.
Anthony, we have the same mindset.
Right. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be coming on, and like you, whatever they want to talk about, business, and I'm big into the health with our bodies and everything, the proper minerals and nutrition. Because we did so much prison time, we lost out on what's
Exactly.
all that proper stuff. So yeah, so whatever they want to talk about. So yeah, I'll be starting pretty soon.
Listen, if you ever want to integrate something, I'm always open where,
Yeah.
they hear it from two different aspects where we could go back and forth with it. But I'm always open. Listen, I'm a firm believer, and I tell people this today with projects I have going on. Everybody at my table eats. I'm not the one that I just eat all the meal and give out the scraps.
That's
No.
why you're successful your whole life. And that's why, listen, here's the thing. That's why you're still successful, because, you left the mob, and I'm sure you lost everything,
Yeah.
as far as, but look at, you built it back up. You're capable of doing that. I'm living just as good as I was living then. And it's like you said earlier too, quality. I got quality people around me now instead of the quantity. I got good quality, and I'm living just as good as I was then because we know how to put things together and make money.
Right.
And you can't take that out of us. So.
No, it's the hustle. I love the hustle. Listen, I might have 15, 20 projects. Listen, maybe 8 of them fail, 10 of them fail. But the ones that succeed the gains outweigh the losses by far.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I'm just constantly trying to evolve, move forward, and I enjoy it. It's the hustle, and it keeps me going, keeps me active.
Yeah, you're doing great. Good at
Well,
it.
thank you. So are you. So are you. Anthony, thank you again for this last minute.
My
Really,
pleasure, Dom.
it's
Yeah,
been a
my
pleasure. And I'm coming up to Connecticut soon.
I heard.
So
Yeah.
So I'll definitely reach out. We'll get
Yeah,
together.
well, definitely. We'll do a show up here.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, we'll have fun.
Yeah.
Anthony, thank you
Absolutely.
so much. I'm just going to stay on, answer the questions I have. If
Go
you
ahead.
want to stay on, you're welcome.
No, I'm gonna get going too. I'm actually at a restaurant too.
Okay.
I came out and
Thank
but
you.
yeah, it was my pleasure. All right.
Thank you so much, my brother.
All right.
Take
You
care.
have a good night. Yeah.
You as
enjoy.
well. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. So hope everybody enjoyed the show. We'll go in to answer some questions. But like Anthony said, first I want to thank people for the donations. Let me hit it up. Hold on as I go through it. Am I still on live? Yeah, okay. Making sure. It's quiet now. And I know, sorry about the background noise. Timothy, thank you for the contribution. Timothy O'Reilly says, always lit cigars, 3 Capo cigars. Go to alwayslit.com, order it today. Great cigar. So as we're scrolling down, I have to get my peeps in. The German says, welcome to the show. Anthony, we raise EG glasses to salute. People, go to egvodka.com, order it today, 100% gluten-free, organic, 3 flavors. The link is maybe not in this description, but go to egvodka.com, order it today. Thank you, German, as always, for your contributions. As we're scrolling down, let's see, I know there's at least 2 more. Damn, we had a lot of chatting back and forth. There we go. And I hope you're still on. Big Gino, G84, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. We're still going to go on. I'm still going to talk about it. So it's not over yet, but thank you for that contribution. We have the German. Oh, damn, German. Salute. Yeah, German, another one. Thank you. E.G. Vodka. He says E.G. Vodka, #1 vodka, hands down. Now in 3 fantastic flavors. Get yourself a carton. Remember, 6 bottles to a carton. Get yourself a carton. Won't be disappointed. E.G. Vodka. Thank you, German, as always. German's one of my skippers. We have G. Thank you. Was Al Diaco paranoid thinking his family was going to get killed by the Chin? Or do you think his family were, which is why his turn? Also, Johnny Red Shea, the real deal? Thanks, G from London. G from London. I could tell you this. From what I heard about Johnny Red Shea, yes, if it's not his fault that Whitey Bulger, was cooperating behind the scenes. But from what I heard, yes, he was the real deal. About Aldiaco, he just didn't want to do time, from what I heard. It wasn't all that's BS. He didn't want to do time, and he knew he had a ticket to get out of jail free card. That's why he flipped. We have Christopher. Thank you for the contribution. Awesome show. I'm glad you liked it. Anthony is one of the realest guys around. Let me tell you something. This is the first time. This is the longest I've ever spoken to Anthony. First time we went on. What a gentleman. I mean, as soon as I texted him last minute this morning, right away, boom. Dom, I got you. I have your back. I'm coming on. So great guy. Thank you, Anthony, for coming on. And yeah, he is a gentleman, and we'll definitely be doing a lot of things together. And people, go check out his book. Check out the wine. I'm going to have the links up when I do my show tomorrow. I'll get it from him, but show Anthony some love too. And then with the new channel. So let's go down. All-Star, we already mentioned you. What's up, Chris? We have Jeff Talley. What's up, Dom? Westchester in the house. We have Westchester. Good. So you live by my wife in Westchester. That's considered upstate New York, right? I always mess with her with that. John says, at the doctor, gonna miss the live. Just wanted to say hello. How's the book coming? I don't know, but I'm glad you mentioned it. I have to email these mofos and see what the hell's taking them so long with my copy. John says I was a mechanic for DSMY. Well, thank you for your contribution. 2 lives for us. He says 2 lives in one day. What a treat, or what a disservice. The people that hate me say, "Oh my God, this guy doesn't stop. What a pain in my butt." All-Star Domingo, what's up again, All-Star? Let's see who else we have. All-Star, I'm eating anything. I'm starved. Chicken sounds good. Listen, right now I'm starved too, so I'm going to take my wife out to dinner. Oh wow, it's not even 6 o'clock yet, so we're doing good. People, hit that like button. I can't even see the likes on this thing. I don't even know how it works. I hope you're hitting the likes. Hit the like. So, see, I didn't even get a chance to threaten you people today. That's messed up. Okay. So, let's see who else we have. Chris Todd. Hey, Anthony. I'll let him know. Johnny, don't get whacked and hit the like button. Yeah, people, hit that like button. I can't see it. I don't even know what the heck my likes look like. I see we have 355 viewers. That's for sure. Frosty, let's not forget to hold Dom hostage. Cynthia locked the door since Dom starts up. Okay, you got jokes now. Okay. We got everybody saying hit the like button or you're getting whacked. Thank you, you're my peeps. You're my peeps. And folks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, my product's coming out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I could show you the bottle. The bottle. So wait till you see this, folks. You'll be amazed. I have to look for it. I have it around somewhere. So I might give everybody a hint. Depends. Who is the boss of Connecticut? It's a question I'll ask Anthony. I'll offline him. 2 captains, same chat. That kicks ass. Well, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Not the Mafia. This is Cosa Nostra legitimate. Cosa Nostra legitimate. You heard Anthony. That's how we work. If I could help you out, I'll help you out. That's why I told him. I don't look for anything, folks. I don't need it. If I could help a friend out, like I needed a favor today. Aunt, you mind coming on? He said, Dom, no problem. It's a favor. It's a favor. If I could do you a favor, that's the way the Mafia works. That's the way smart people in the Mafia work. They help one another. They look to excel, from construction to real estate to foods, vending machines, coffee, valet, like he said, exterminating, alarm system. That's how we work. We utilize our organization. We take advantage of what we have, and everybody makes money at the end of the day. Xavier James, Dom mentioned Ernie and said he hated Artie, and Ernie put him there. Yes, he did. But there's nothing you could do. So, and I didn't care for Artie either. Artie, to me, was a buffoon. He had the Napoleon complex, and I'll go into it more on a later date with him. We'll do some Artie bashing. Sam the man says, "Where is Cynthia?" She's cooking. There she is. See, she said, "I'm here, Sam." You have to look. Cynthia's hiding in the cut, making sure nobody messes up. Thank you, Cynthia. You're picking up the background noise. Yes, we're sorry about that. It was just where he was at. So let's see. Alfonso, good to see you in. We have Brooklyn in the house. Anthony Benji, legend, from Joey Lasala. Anthony, why did you rat? Tired of the life, betrayed, treated unfair. We know Dom's excuse. What's yours? Listen, we all have the same thing at the end of the day. Tired of the life. Some people may say different things, but at the end of the day, just, in my opinion, loyalty works both ways. I wasn't given it, wasn't shown it, was done. So, Dom, looking sharp in that shirt. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it. I figured I have to look good in my first sit down. So, thank you, though. I was introduced through Gene. Oh, thank you. Gene, thank you. Glad you're here. Matt, Joey a bum on the streets? Oh, it's a question. Joey a bum on the streets? Come on, Anthony. That's garbage. I'm sorry. I keep it 100, Dom. No, you can. And you know what? As far as, I think, well, I'm not going to put words in what Anthony said, but I could tell you this. I would take it as a bum, meaning you don't spread the wealth. You place bets with all different bookmakers. When you win, you accept the money graciously, but when you lose, you don't pay. And you're constantly taking advantage. That's Joey's reputation, though, out there. Yes, he's a stand-up guy. Can't take that away from him. I still say I'll never underestimate nobody. He's definitely has that thug mentality, that killer mentality. Got to give him that, like I said. But I just taking advantage of your people, your guys, never doing the right thing in the streets with the street guys. I'm sure there's some guys he did do the right things, but the majority, he's considered a bum. And that's just a better analogy. Disagree. James says, disagree. Molino was the real deal. Is it respected? Well, he was around all his growing up guys, but he was the real deal regardless of what anyone thinks about him. Absolutely. I agree. He was the real deal. Put a bullet in the back of your head like that. Without a doubt. He was the real deal. But every Mafia guy is different. You have guys that they feel they could continuously take an advantage, like the Michael Mancusas of the world, and they're in a position, let me take, not do. And, that's their prerogative. They're the boss. They could do that. So I don't agree with that. And, everybody's entitled to their opinion with that. But yes, I agree. He was definitely the real deal. Probably still is. You can't take that away from anybody. I'm sure if he's backed in the corner or if he has to do something, he'll do it. So Joey says he's deathly afraid from John Vesey. I heard a lot of people are deathly afraid of John Vesey. John Vesey was the real deal. So you got to give them that. Ryan Brown, thank you for the contribution. I don't know where you are, but I'll hit it up in the thing. Ryan Brown says, Dom, where was Patty DeFilippo's club located? What was the name of it? Did Ralph Delco cooperate? Ralph Delco, I don't know. Did you know Albert Calvisi? No, I didn't know Albert. Patty's club was located where was he? It was closer to Tremont Avenue where St. Raymond's Cemetery is, but on the other side, not far from Waterbury Park, in that area. So people, that's the best way I could explain it, where his club was located. So I don't know the exact street. It might have been Edison Avenue runs down. You have to go all the way down as if you're coming from Pelham Bay to Frog's Neck if you're taking Edison. And then the crossroad might be, I know where Louis and Ernie's is, that road going up. I think it was on the corner of there. That road and that might have been LaSalle. No, was it? No, it wasn't LaSalle. I'm sorry. I don't know, somewhere around there though. Not far from Waterbury Park. Is it Waterbury? Yeah, I think Waterbury Park. All-Star, do you guys think Joey is wired for sound? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Hello, I missed. Oh, Cynthia says, hello to anyone I missed. I'm enjoying the show. Well, thank you. I'm glad you did, Cynthia. James, Molino is not a bum. He was the real deal. What he is doing is wrong. Yes, what he is doing is definitely wrong. Being on social media and also just taking advantage of his people, taking money from them, taking money out of sports bets. If he loses, he doesn't pay. Listen, I know for an instance, he was in Vegas. He has some big legitimate people. He dropped 200,000 and the guy picked up the tab. That's not right, folks. I'm sorry. If they want to do it, so be it. But, that's taking advantage. That's definitely taking advantage. So, Lewis says he's not out. Philly does their own thing. New York has even vetted any guys being made. Well, Anthony was right because New York did, even Joey's words, Joey didn't put him there. New York put him there. Yes, but Joey did earn listen, Joey was gangster. Did what he had to do. I got to give him that. Joey Merlino should not be on social media because the life you're supposed to move under the radar. Sal, that's absolutely correct. You are right. That was the gripe. Joey should have never been on social media, period. James was the real deal. Okay. Johnny, whether you like him or not, he's real. We have Lewis. Joey goes everywhere and anywhere. Mob doesn't care. Well, yeah, because the mob ain't going to do anything anymore. Dom says himself, Mancuso taxes for kick-ups from guys with legitimate jobs. Absolutely. And I feel that's not right. I didn't do it. I damn sure didn't do it. I could have shaken down major construction companies. I had Chrysler Borg around me. I didn't shake them down. Guys, Bob Gantz, who owned the Penthouse Club, he owned Scores. I didn't shake him down. I protected his joint. It's legitimate. I didn't shake him down, but I went in there. I wanted carte blanche, and I paid my bills. That was it. But I wanted to feel like like I was an owner, and that's what I got. And I had the strict conditions. I paid my own bills. Vinny, the Wolf of Newburgh, New York, checking in. Dom, much respect, Capo, and it's an honor, Anthony. Salute. Anthony gave you a salute, Vincent. So much respect, my paisans from the 6th borough. Good to see you. Thank you. Joey said Molino's a fraud. I think what he's doing is wrong on social media. That's my opinion. A fraud, he's not. He's a gangster. Got to give it to him. So I keep it real all the time. Whether I want to say it, I like to say it, I'm just keeping it real. So let's scroll down. James said, Capisci said he has all kinds of guys he talks to. Not sure about that. He claims he has cops telling him as well as mob guys. What does Capisci do? Have cars out 24 hours a day watching? No, he definitely has people telling him, without a doubt. Mob guys. Listen, there's a lot of mafia guys like the Michael Mancuso of the world. They have their girlfriends making the phone calls, dropping the dimes. That's the way Michael Washwoman Mancuso moves, folks. And that's what it's about. I already know. No actual 400 likes. People hit that like button. I can't see the likes. Would somebody text me how many likes, if I have any likes? I don't even know what likes I have. Cynthia, how many likes do I have, if I have any? I can't even see with this damn thing. I'm not used to the StreamYard. That's what I went on tonight to get them on. Lewis Marshall says, Genovese guys have no issue with Joey. Look at his last case, East Coast Cosa Nostra. Yes, at that time, Joey wasn't on social media. Joey had a good rapport with them, great rapport. Of course, they're making money in Philly too. But now Joey does have a problem with, or they do have a problem with Joey because he's on social media. Anthony, tell a story. Chicky crashed his car into a telephone pole over pizza. Oh, we got to get that one out next time. Dom is the dude. Dom, this dude's a goon. Nah, sorry, I have to disagree. I didn't ask him that. This wasn't about asking about flipping, what happened. So, oh, goddamn. Oh, 1-1. Anthony Arillotta laundered by the feds as one of the best mafia informants ever, sentenced to 99 months in Al Bruno case. All-Star, you guys are selling wine. Why not pasta sauce? All-Star, we could talk. Get up some pasta sauce. We'll start. I'm always okay with that. Homemade sauce. Always good. Always open for an opportunity. Please turn off the volume. Again, that's not our fault. Big Gene, thank you again. Thank you again for that contribution. Great job. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the contribution. As I'm scrolling down, German, thank you again with your contribution. We have G. Thank you again for the contribution. Christopher, thank you again, giving you a star there. Thank you for the contribution. Much respect. Have to scroll down fast. We're hitting that hour mark, folks. Hit that like button. You want me to stay on? Hit the like button. I don't even know how many likes I have, if I have any. Mark says, hey, Dom, great show with Anthony. I was born and raised in Springfield, Mass., so I'm familiar with many of the names that Anthony mentioned. Those were the best days in Springfield. I'm sure they were. We have Alfonso from Brooklyn. Good to see you in the house. Sam the Man, can't wait till summer. Fucking this cold weather. Well, over here in Orlando, it's nice. Weather's really nice. So, scrolling down fast, folks. Ryan Brown, thank you again for the contribution. Let me post it up. We show everybody. Thank you. Thank you for that. Already answered your questions. Matt, I have heard Molino doesn't pay his tabs, which says a lot about someone's character. I agree, Dom, of course. But you'll take the money when you win. So that's the thing. Almost 400 watching, even 200 likes. Well, I hope so. I hope I have the likes. Somebody will tell me. We have 390 now watching. Thank you. Thank you for that. It's greatly appreciated. Heard the Philly underboss got caught on a phone saying he's the underboss. Oh, my God. This guy's a captain. I mean, what's next? Sending in an email? Who knows? These people need to go to 101 for the Mafia's life as a dummy. Who knows? Anyway, just scrolling down, folks. Dom, you should get John Vesey for a sit down around. It would be crazy. Maybe. I don't have access to him, so I don't know, Hey, Dom, grew up in Pelham Bay, also grew up with your family. My brother-in-law is your first cousin, Nikki. Yes, he is. I also know a lot of the people you know. Well, Robin, thank you. Appreciate it. Glad you know my family. Yes. Glad you know my cousin, Nikki. So if you want, you can always come on, hit me up. We could talk. I'll offline conversations. You don't have to worry about that. Molinos in White Plains, Gigantes in Eastchester. Molinos. Okay. Molinos. I'm sorry. You have. Hey, Dom. Eli from Boston here. Can you tell a story about Joey Cupcakes that we haven't heard, and why didn't he get made? Look at the way he dresses. I'm surprised, I'm sure if he acted more controlled, more in a respectful manner, he would have definitely been straightened out while he was out this time. But who knows? Maybe he did get made. I don't know that. But I will tell some stories about him later on. Oh, Puppet Master. He was so hardcore he couldn't leave solitary. BC, disrespectful to the streets. I don't know who you meant by that. With that, people, hit the like button. How many likes? Cynthia, how many likes do I have? Or somebody tell me, because I'm at the bottom so I could see. We have no likes. Okay, folks, we're going to start wrapping it up anyway. We're into this, let's see, an hour and 5 minutes. Help us save Preston High School. We have to help save Preston High School. Folks, that's it. They come in to buy it, you're done. I actually asked around to some, major developers in the Bronx. Thank you, Cynthia. We have 189 likes. Folks, can we at least have 200? Can you show me some love? Give me 200. We have Dom from Lewismont. What's up with Jerome Massaro? You mean Jerry Asaro? That's Joey G. You mean Jerry Asaro? I have no idea what's going on with him, but I'll find out. Cynthia, back again. Haven't been on. My phone was broke. Bernstein says Jeff Nadeau has his kips on. Okay. Bring Anthony some cigars. You know what? Yes, I will. Thank you for that. I forgot about that. Okay, we got Johnny saying almost 400 watching, 200 likes. People, I'm going to start signing out. I want to thank everybody for tonight's show. Wish everybody the best. We have Bill Cotto. Thank you, Bill, for coming on. Much love and respect to you. Always a gentleman. Bill's always a gentleman, every time. People, I am whooped tonight. 2 shows back to back. Hope everybody has a great evening. People, don't forget, go to egvodka.com. Order it today, 100% gluten-free organic. You will not be disappointed. Much love and respect to everybody. See everybody tomorrow night live at 5. And we'll see what topics. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And remember, I'll put Anthony, we thank you again. Extremely gracious of you coming on the last minute. And that's the way the Mafia is supposed to be, folks. We help each other, just like Anthony. Go buy his book. Check it out. I'm even going to buy it, read it. And he said some interesting things tonight I had no clue of. So I think it would definitely be interesting to hear about how his area was. With that, thank you, Cynthia, Francisco, and the German, as always, being my gatekeepers. Much love and respect to everybody. See everybody tomorrow night, live at 5, Mafia Roundtable. Now let me try to figure out how the hell to get off this. Wish everybody the best. Peace out.